Hello, my name is Nick Mishler, and today I'm going to be talking about 10 effective and ineffective characteristics of speech. The first one is going to be attitude. You want to have the right attitude going in your speech. You don't want to have your attitude, down the dumps already. Oh, I don't feel like giving a speech today. It's going to affect your speech. You're going to be more nervous. You're not going to, the crowd is going to know that you're not going to want to be there. So, your attitude, you want to be, excited or driven to give your speech, depending on your topic. As in, you don't want to be excited about talking about deaths. So, you want to have the right attitude when going into the speech. The second characteristic is preparation. Now, you really want to be prepared when you give your speech, even if it's a small one. You want to have a little set of notes, maybe, or try to memorize key information about your topic, because you don't want to be thrown off when someone comes up with a question or you don't have your notes ready, so you miss a key detail that would be very important in your speech. It might not seem like a whole lot, but people will notice, and you want to be very prepared when giving your speech. It will make a good speech if you're not prepared, and a mediocre speech. So you want to be prepared. The third characteristic is distractions. You don't want to be distracted by the little things. You want to stay focused on your speech. You want to stay focused on the crowd, how they're reacting. You don't want to be watching someone get up, going to the bathroom, or leaving. You don't want to be waiting or being distracted by a phone going off or people sneezing or coughing. It's going to happen, especially if you have a large crowd. You don't want to be, distracted by your internal ramblings or thinking about something else. You want to stay focused. You don't want to be distracted. So distraction is an important part of key speech making. Don't don't give in to it. Next one I'm going to be talking about is, be original. Don't read from your notes with your notes in front of you. You want to give your speech as original as possible. You want to give your own inflections, your own voice to your speech. Uh, it'll sound a lot better, and people will connect a lot better to it because you're speaking, not your notes. Not someone who wrote the speech. You're giving your own words, your own inflections to it. So, be original. Don't don't just read from notes. Don't be a robot. Next one I'm going to be talking about is eye contact. You want to have eye contact with your crowd, even if it's a big crowd. Don't don't be afraid to look in each section. Try to connect with your crowd. You don't want to be looking down at your feet all the time or looking up. It makes you seem not prepared for your speech. So give give the crowd what contact. Don't be afraid to look at it. The next one is gestures. As you've seen, I'm moving my hands around, body's moving a little bit. You don't want to sit there and be robot and be like and give your speech. So, you know, act like you're involved in the speech. If you've got to, pace a little bit, but don't be a nervous pacer. Don't be tapping on your podium or, you know, shaking your leg up and down. Which you can't see because of the webcam, but you want to be human when you're giving your speech. People want to connect. Like that's how I would talk if I would give a speech. So you want to be as connected to your crowd as possible. The next one I'll be talking about is volume. You want to have a voice that isn't too loud for the people in front of you, but it's loud enough so the people in the back rows, depending on your crowd size, so they can hear you. So this comes with a little practice, if you're not used to talking like this. So, practice with your voice, speaking loud, speaking low. You don't want to be mumbling, but you want to be heard so people can understand you. If they can't hear you, then what's the point of them being there? They're not going to know what you're talking about. So that's a key characteristic of speech is how you're going to talk. The next one is fluency, being fluent in your speech. Your words want to connect together in a single train of thought. Because if you're all over the place, people are not going to be able to follow your speech. You're going to get lost in your words. You're not going to be able to keep track of the little details that you're talking about if you're throwing them all over the place. So be fluent in your speech. Flow from one detail to the next. If you got to, write it down in chronological order in your notes. You talk from this one, this point. Don't jump from this point, down to your last point and then throw your other points in. You want to be fluent. The next one I'm going to be talking about is practice. Practice is really key to making good speech because it allows you to look at your words, watch yourself. How are you moving around? How are you acting? Are you nervous? Are you not giving enough? Are you not moving enough to show the crowd that you're interested? Are you going to be asked questions? You want to be prepared for those questions. So practice your speech. It's very important. The last one I'm going to be talking about is appearance. Now, as you see, my shirt, it's a comfortable shirt. I'm wearing a white undershirt under it. It looks a little wrinkly, but that's because the webcam is showing a lot of shadows. But I'm comfortable in this shirt. I'm wearing some jeans. I'm comfortable wearing this clothes. And I'm just giving a small speech about characteristics. So, I want to be comfortable for my first speech, which is this one. And dressing, even though you're not supposed to judge a book by its cover, you don't want to dress as a bum for your speech. You don't want to show up wearing a jacket, a jacket and a hoodie, or a jacket and a beanie, and looking like a bum or getting ready to leave. You don't take your stuff off. Like people are going to be, well, what's this guy doing? What's this person? Are they going somewhere? They're going to be distracted. So you want to dress appropriately for your speech. And those are 10 effective and ineffective ways of characteristics of speech. Thank you, and have a good day.